Test, test, test. What's up, boys? No loop today. I torture all enough with that thing. I'm just going to save it for the intermission and the outro. What's up, though, man? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're listening to Just My Two Cents. It is Tuesday, February 19th, 2024. Welcome to the show. This is my UFC recap / preview show. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope y'all had a good weekend. We are living in the aftermath of UFC 298, and we have UFC Mexico on the horizon. It is going down in Mexico at elevation, and there are some fights on that card. And I'm going to talk about the card in general terms. I have made a couple bets, so I'll tell you what those are. And I don't have a ton to say about UFC Mexico right now. I have taken a look at the card. I will talk about it in general terms, and I have made a couple bets. But beyond that, you're just going to have to wait, like full card breakdown. That comes Wednesday night to be exact, on one Aaron the Dog MMA and movie trivia. Shout out to my dude. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel. His UFC breakdown show is every Wednesday night. I'll be joining him this Wednesday night. There's a rotating cast of characters. You never know who you're going to see on panel. But shout out to my dude, man. Subscribe to his shit. I will give you my full breakdown or whatever, fight by fight, Wednesday night. But we'll talk about UFC Mexico, and we will also talk about UFC 298. That's going to be the first part of the stream. I'm going to do that here in a second. The UFC 298 recap. I'll go through the card fight by fight, tell you what I thought about every single fight. I'll tell you how to do my picks and my bets. Please let me know what y'all thought. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Smash the like button if you like what you hear. And buckle your seatbelt, buckle your seat belts, boys. It's going to be a wild ride. I can't even fucking talk today. Hope everyone's doing well, though. Nah, it was fun. It was real fun. You should have stayed away from your own butt, jerky boy. What's up, Zach? Well, since I didn't do my song this morning, I forgot to do the banner shout out, the overlay shout out, but big show. What up, boy? Dude, you did this overlay. Did you know that? Sup? How are you? Oh, yeah. The man himself. What's going on, duder? What's up, Zach? How are y'all doing, man? I hope it's good. Shout out and salute to the Dome. Shout out to the boys at Pub. Hope everyone is having a fine Wednesday or Monday afternoon, morning for some people. Like I said, you listen to gents, anybody that's new. You can find me on the following social media outlets and my Tapology. My X account is really just to talk shit and to sucker people to my YouTube channel. So yeah, don't expect much on Twitter from me, but if you like movies, check out my Letterboxd. Just a little disclaimer for anyone that's new. The views on this channel are my own. If they happen to align with peeps that I fuck with, so be it. But they do not necessarily. These are my 2 cents worth of stuff. So they do not reflect the views of Aaron the Dog, Pub Sports Radio, The Dome, my moderators, anyone but myself. Also, disclaimer, this is just for fun and entertainment. It's not gambling advice. If you want gambling advice, I can point you in the right direction. But tailor at your own risk. I'm just telling you what I'm picking and betting. So please bet responsibly and call that number if you can. Now, got 5 people in the building. Please smash the like button. You're just in time for my UFC 298 recap. Let's talk about these fights. An update on what? Oh, on that Oh, you're talking about the disclaimer? I've had that up for a little while. That's just, I say some wild shit on here sometimes, and I don't want to implicate anyone that I'm cool with, just in case. It's not referring to anything specifically. I'm just saying. The overlay? Dude, I love the overlay. I mean, shit, if you want to make a new one for me, you certainly don't have to. But like I said, the one thing I was thinking about was might at some point in the near future, like, commission you to make one to have a guest, like similar to this one, but where I can bring like somebody on and it's kind of like, you can see both the avatars or whatever. But anyways, what's up, show? Hope you had a good weekend, Bubba. 298 was a good time. Let's talk about it. Overall, I thought the card was pretty good, man. There were some pretty crazy finishes. I did not like the worst I've ever done. I didn't have a great night. It wasn't terrible, but it was kind of like last week where I kind of spun my wheels a little bit as far as like the betting goes. There were a couple bright spots, and I'm going to talk about it, but I'm going to go through the card fight by fight and tell you what I thought about each one and tell you how I did with the pick, bet, etc. So, without further ado, UFC 298 recap. Here we go. Right out of the gates, we were in good shape. Now, like I was saying, shout out to Big Show. Shout out to the boys at Pub. Download Pub Sports Radio's podcast, Locker Room Talk, anywhere you can. On most UFC cards, the boys try to give out a parlay. At least one where we build a parlay on the podcast, put together kind of like a core or a skeletal structure to try and get you a little plus money, and then everyone will kind of add their own last leg, like season to taste kind of. So originally my version was going to include DeLima, changed fighters. He ended up fighting his original opponent's brother. I felt a little less confident about it, which ended up being silly in the long run. But I was still like, I don't know, man. This is weird. So this ended up being the first leg of my version of the Locker Room Talk podcast parlay this week. Miranda Maverick did pretty much exactly what I expected her to do and gets the job done versus Andrea Lee. We talked about it Thursday. I talked about it Wednesday with Aaron. I talked about it all week. I think I talked about it Monday when I kind of was going over this fight. Like, she was the stronger fighter. She was the more physically imposing I was really impressed with her striking, though, dude. She's definitely made some improvements with her striking and was hurting Andrea Lee. And I knew she was going to be the better grappler, and she just was. She was, as my dude Aaron likes to say, she was the better mixed martial arts fighter, aka BMF, and she BMF'd Andrea Lee. So, yeah, Maverick gets it done, man. Low key cutie pie Miranda Maverick getting it done for the kids, saving the kids, whooping ass. She's only 26, man. She had a lot of fights. Oh, hello, Lewis. Long time no see. Hey, Lou. Good to see you. Now, what's up? Maverick. Lord have mercy. Maverick likes her Lord and Savior, Jesus Cristo, too much for your liking. You don't like how much she likes Jesus, dude? You ungodly cretin. I don't know, man. I'm getting a little nervous, man. I got a dangerous malfactor here. What's up, dude? How's life inside, dude? Are you adjusting? Have you shanked anyone yet? Are you in a prison gang now? Shout out to my dude Lou Betcha in Twitter jail for his crimes against humanity. Monk and the American people can now sleep safer knowing that this reprobate is safely behind bars. I know I am. But no, man, shout out to Lou. Hope it's I hope your bid is up soon. But yeah, shout out to Lou, shout out to Monk. The happy hour. Yeah, I bet you did. I bet you are, Ronald Burgundy. Oh, did you hear? Oh, did you hear, Zach? Cool. You know what I heard? I heard you like sniffing dudes' butts. Anyways, man, I'm glad y'all are here. We're gonna keep rolling. How about a stupid fucking bet and pick by your boy? How about that for the people? Shout out to fucking Oban Elliott. Feed me a little crow early. I picked Val Woodburn. I bet Val Woodburn. Is it the worst bet I've ever made? No. But does Val Woodburn have the worst fight IQ ever? Maybe. He clips Oban early, almost gets him out of there, proceeds to get BMF'd for the majority of the rest of the fight until there's about fucking 45 seconds left. He manages to get back to his feet. Shout out to his coach, man. He was giving him good advice between the second and third round. He's like, dude, you have got to finish this fight. You are going to lose a decision. You have got to knock this motherfucker out. Do it. It was like, what else do you want from a coach? And they were like, well, he's not giving him technical advice. Like, shit, what fucking technical advice does he need, dude? Just knock his motherfucking block off. He gets 45. He's got 45 seconds to do it. And what does he do? And, man, I get that he's tired, but like, man, that's your chance, dude. You're a big lug. You got a powerful right hand and a crazy left hook. Like, just go for broke, dude. Just yeet on him. That's how he almost got him at first. But no, what does he do? Push him against the fence, try and get a takedown that he was never, ever going to get. It's like, dude, goddamn. Did you really? And he like put his hands up, and his coach was fucking livid. Like beside himself, dude. And I don't blame him. He was screaming at him, and he was furious with him after too. Dude, come on, man. Just a knuckle, just like Simmelsberger. Your coach is right there, fucking telling you what to do, like exactly what to do. Nah, dude. Nah, I'm doing my thing. It's like, all right, that's what happened. And he lost. So yeah, shout out to Elliott for weathering the storm and being the better fighter. And I'm still going to fade Oban Elliott, but he got it done here. And I lost my fucking bet, dude. It was sick. So yeah, a little crow early. Nice. Jesus Christ, yeah. Well, good for you. I'm glad it cashed, Zachary. No, I'm glad. Good job. You were on it. All right. Let's how about another fucking stupid pick? God damn. Danny Barlow whoops the shit out of Josh Quinlan. Yeah. Danny Barlow, good fighter, still undefeated, keeps his O. The O did not go. I think Josh Quinlan's fucking not being knocked out loss O went though. I don't think he'd ever been knocked out before. I could be wrong about that, but without looking at his record offhand. But yeah, Danny Barlow, impressive, man. Impressive. Most impressive. You know, Quinlan was a pretty tough dude. And I mean, he tried. He didn't throw as many leg kicks as I thought he would. Danny Barlow actually threw some good leg kicks. And I think if Danny Barlow starts throwing more in combination, he'll have a lot more success. I think he could have got Quinlan out of there earlier if he had done that. He was doing a lot of pot shotting early, but he is accurate and he's powerful. And yeah, good knockout, man. He kind of broke. It was like an attritional kind of like breaking dude. He just was a magnet for that fucking, what was his left hand? I think it was a southpaw. But yeah, good shit from Barlow. I was wrong. Glad I didn't. That is why I didn't bet it though. I'm glad I didn't fucking bet that one. That actually ended up like going lighter than I originally intended on some fighters was actually ended up helping me mitigate. Not if you know what's good for you. Not if you like sleeping safely. What a boy. I was just putting you over earlier, telling people to subscribe to your shit, and if they don't, I was gonna beat the fuck out of them. No, I'm just kidding. I couldn't. Well, some of them I could, but Danny Barlow has some potential. Yeah, he's good. I like what I saw. He fucking got it done against a tough dude, a tough lug like fucking Josh Quinlan. He beat the Christ out of him. You're right. You fucking You're fucking right. Zach Johnson. Barlow KO plus 180 was a must play. Yeah. Yeah. All those things are true, Zach. Okay. Shout out to anyone that was on Zhang Ming Yang, the mountain tiger. Came down from the mountain and shredded But Anderson, he's sweet sequence, man. And it's just textbook boxing. Jab, slip the jab to the outside. Cross, slip the cross to the inside. And come back with a left hook. They both ate each other's jabs, but Zhang moved his head out of the way more and slipped Brinjeson's right hand whilst landing his own, which stunned Brinjeson. And then while being stunned, he never saw the hook coming. That's why they call it the no left hook, baby. 1, 2, 3. No left hook. No left hook. No look, left hook. It was a nasty knockout. He didn't even remember it. He was like, "What happened, dude?" He got knocked out. We've seen that plenty of times before. It's just, that's always wild. Just didn't remember what happened. Lost the time. Yeah, it was a nasty knockout from the Mountain Tiger. There's definitely some fun matchups for him. So I saw it on Twitter. Someone said like Bogdan versus Zhang. That'd be sick. I definitely got my boy Guskov in that, but that'd be a fun fight, man. It was everything that I thought it would be. Just a nice low level light heavyweight bout where someone gets their shit destroyed. It was fun. I had fun. Brinjeson was a dog that I was considering. Like Quinlan, glad I didn't bet it. But yeah, good shit from Zhang. We'll see what happens next. I'd counted him out, so good stuff. He was the rightful favorite. I know, dude. How good? What up, homie? What up, Noah? How good is Askar? Yeah, I know. I know. Askar got a bad rap, dude. Animal face. Maybe that's why I sound so fucking stupid, dude. This animal face has got me all fucking out there. Tell you the truth, I just smoked a J out of my car, so I'm feeling a little spacey. What's your problem, Kemosabe? What's your problem, Zach? I'm happy for you. I'm happy you had a good weekend. So Renya Nakamura, very disappointed with himself. I won't say that I'm disappointed, but I did think he was going to be able to finish Carlos Vera. Well, he is a ratty rat Radigan. We're going to talk about another Professor Radigan, but man, Vera was just a slippery, squirmy little scurrying little rat, dude. He just would not stay still, but Renya was just all over him. Just stayed on top. Just found a way to get on top and stay on top. Some way, somehow, by hook or by crook. And yeah, he just out grappled him for 15 minutes. I like the ground and pound. Honestly, I think if he had like consistently gone to the ground and pound, he could have finished him. But I think he broke his hand. He probably did it punching the canvas, honestly. You ain't telling me nothing about fucking Virginia Bud, Zach. You hollered your boy you want some fucking Virginia Bud. It's like, dude, I don't be doing that shit. I don't even know what you're talking about, dude. Next fight. That's all I got there. Renya was disappointed in himself. I get it, but you know, you can't win them all. Sometimes a rat's just gonna scurry for his life, and you can't. I mean, Vera is a good grappler, but he did like I said, this is kind of stylistically it went like I thought it would. He's a grappler that gets out grappled. It was set up for Renya to look dominant, but he wasn't able to finish him. Oh well. Marcos Rogerio de Lima leg kick TKOs Junior Tafa. Now, this was my original first leg of the Locker Room Talk podcast parlay because Justin Tafa got injured. That leg was voided and I had to cash out. So I was like, I could just rebet him, but I don't want to get cute either. I should have because it was still been better odds. I added Maverick instead. Maverick got the job done, so it didn't matter. But I could have still I could have gotten slightly better odds because I think originally the odds were it was DeLima, Fluffy, and Gary for like plus 238, and my parlay to be like plus 208. So I could have rebet DeLima, but with the opponent change, I was like, I'm not going to get cute here. But he ends up just like smoking Junior Tava, like we're like in the way that I wouldn't have thought. Anything I thought it would have been like Tafa doing that to him, but he just leg kicks him like fucking Marcos Rogerio, Jonathan Martinez de Lima. Like, good God. He fucking like leg kick. He literally fell. That was literally the like human version of a tree getting felled. It was just like that final fucking big show lumberjack axe swing, and it just timber, and just boom, 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 just hits the canvas, and dude, that was it. A few hammer fists, and that's all she wrote. So yeah, that was fuck. I should have read it, but anyways, man. Rogerio de Lima, crazy leg kicks. He was always a better fighter. I just didn't think it'd be like that. So yeah, the Tafa's go down bad, dude. One of them ducks the smoke, and the other fucking falls on the sword for his bro. Like, god damn. Just one-two punch, both Tafas go down. I'm about to tell her that I've never seen anything like it in my fucking life. Nar. William Brizzle, what up? Shout out to Billy Briz. What's going on, man? How are you? Thank you for installing the DeLima confidence I ended up getting on after the opponents. Hey, I'm glad, dude, because I was less confident. So I'm glad that it made you more confident. So well done. Well done. What's up, Billy? What up, General? Man, we got a little party in here, boys. What's going on? Yeah, no shit. Good Lord. Atafa, brother? Goodness gracious. That is pretty wild, man. I'm kind of kicking myself for not parlaying Amanda Lemos because she did pretty much exactly what I thought she'd do. And I had her by decision too. Man, Mackenzie is just, she's not a bad fighter. She's a limited fighter against good strikers. Good strikers with good takedown defense, you're probably going to fucking put hands and feet all over Mackenzie Dern. And that's pretty much what happened. So another good striker that's not like completely a fish out of water on the ground, like was able to survive the grappling, the dangerous grappling positions, and yeah, tune her up on the feet, drop her bad. Mackenzie, like, I don't know, dude. A good but limited fighter. What up, big boys? That was my co-host on Saturday, boys. Did y'all like that? I'm thinking about maybe bringing that back. I had a good time, dude. We had over 10 people in here. Me and boys talking shit. The carousel owner himself. Yeah, I'd love to bring Moise back on and see who's going to get the carousel. I forgot to ask Moise the burning questions, but yeah, I think I might do that again for the next card. Do a Saturday pregame. We'll see. Yeah, he came out just looking like Jonathan Martinez. All right. The stance switching helped Lima Jr. southpaw. That's why I got a leg kick like that. Yeah. Oh, shit. You heard the man. Yeah, download it anywhere you can. Shit, I got a nice little banner right here. There you go. Speaking of which. So, yeah, dude. Over 2K, 2,000 downloads, boys. Not too shabby. Cast and the parlay. This was the first leg of the core skeletal structure that everyone agreed on was Fluffy. Fluffy across the board. Fluffy gets it done. I'd pretty much say the way we thought it would, right? Honestly, though, he had more success on the feet than I thought he would. He kind of buzzed Kopylov. I didn't really see it go down like that. I thought Kopylov was actually going to hurt him to the body. He took the body kicks pretty well. There was one time where he kind of gave like a little bit of a concerned look, but he didn't like. Fluffy doesn't have a great poker face on the feet usually. So if it's hurt, if he's hurt, you usually know it. And man, like he just didn't. It was just good, dude. He just like he kept the pressure on. He hurt Kopylov standing, and then he just does what he does. So yeah, that leg cleared with relative ease. Look at that, dude. Fluffy's like, yeah, I'm about to get it. He knows what time it is. So does Roman. It's like, fuck. It's in my fucking chat. That's all right, dude. I took Val Woodburn. I took fucking Woodburn and Josh Quinlan. If Fluffy wasn't his nickname, you think he would get a main event by now. Yeah, I mean, it is like a silly nickname, and it kind of fits because he's like historically been a little soft to the body. So it's kind of like, oh, Fluffy. He's not shredded or anything. But I think what it has done is added a little bit of a not a gimmick, but kind of a little bit of character to it, like something he can kind of lean into. You know, I think it adds a layer to his Riz or whatever. Fluffy Hernandez. I think it's man, he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, and I'm really interested to see who they give him next. I wish fucking Jack was here. Noah was here earlier. Noah, who would you give Fluffy next? And Jack. No, I can't give Jack too much shit. He was here last time. You old Jackie boy, you. I hope Jack shows up in time for the main event. Ain't it though? Won't it? Kopylov, Edmond, Fluffy versus Malkoon. God damn. So you want Fluffy to kill Malkoon, basically. Nice. I like it. But yeah, that's very easily. Speaking of rats, Marat Duradish Ratty sunk his little rat claws into Cejudo and did pretty much what I thought he would. Cejudo hurt him, had a chance, and that was it. He busted the John Lee at sack of shit. But yeah, the little rat got his hunk of cheese. That's about all I got to say on that one. How about Ian Gary? How about Ian Gary, boys? Not too shabby. Got maybe stunned once or twice, but he fought really smart, man. Whenever he did get cracked, he would just clinch up and push Neal against the fence. Neal was kind of doing like a little bit like Woodburn, like he would hit Gary and then just crowd his own work and just push him against the fence. He just wouldn't keep himself at a distance where he could hurt Ian. And then when he did, if he did, either Gary would crowd him and get the clinch, or Neal would crowd his own work and just push him against the fence. But when they were a distance, man, it was all in Gary. He really started timing the step-in knee in the right hand. So yeah, that was pretty easy to score. And with that, the podcast parlay cashes. Everybody cashed. That was basically like 3 different parlays under one banner. My version was Maverick, Hernandez, and Gary. But that was nice, dude. So yeah, download the Locker Room Talk podcast anywhere you can. Shout out to Big Show, Money Mills, Billy Briz. Appreciate y'all being here. And we're going to talk about the fucking co-main event. Fluffy Izzy. That'd be sick, dude. What's up, Lobby? I wish they who did the best. Retirement. I mean, he did say he was going to do it. Oh, well, I'm glad. I'm fucking glad for you, Zach. I am. Glad you had a good weekend. Gary with the cuck fighting style watching. Oh, you're watching it now. Yeah. Yep. Cucky but effective. Uh, um. So co-main event. Yeah, I'm super salty about it. I'm gonna sound like a salty ass bitch, and anything I say, you'd be like, well, that's how you feel about Costa. Whatever. I don't give a shit. Co-main event. Yeah, it's or gets his own special scoring criteria. Some fights it's about the damage, and some fights it's about which fighter is more beloved, and he just he can heroically come back from getting hurt, and that it just becomes about narrative. And yeah, everyone had their fucking dick in Robert Whitaker's mouth. And again, people are gonna be like, "Well, you did the same thing with Costa." Whatever, dude. I don't give a shit. That was if damage is supposedly the number one scoring criterion, then Costa won the fight. And it wasn't just the head kick. I mean, that was the biggest moment of the fight for sure. If you score the first fight for Whitaker, you don't know how to score fights. Whitaker was winning the first round. He would have won the first round if he didn't almost get knocked out. But he did. He got hurt really bad. I'm not going to be one of those, dude, if there was 10 more seconds left. I don't know what would have happened. Costa probably wouldn't have finished him, honestly. But just because it happened with 10 seconds left, that was the biggest moment of the entire fucking fight. You have to give Costa the first round. According to the rules, you have to score the first round for Costa. Mike Bell is a fucking clown. That's been well established. But anyways, the second round, like I don't have a problem with people scoring at 29-28 Costa, but this was very similar to the Yoel Romero Whitaker 2 fight where Costa got dropped or Whitaker got dropped, had the shit beaten out of him the whole fight, and then it was just like Robert Whitaker beating his chest at the end. Like, dude, I'm sorry. I scored at 29-28 Costa, giving Costa the first and the third rounds. I thought he won the third round outright. I thought he did more pressuring. He landed the heavier strikes in that round. Whitaker would land like what they did in this fight was favor the cleaner looking, more technical striking and I guess the volume. But if you look at the numbers, man, the numbers weren't like the biggest gap in the numbers, I think, was the first round. And even like just Whitaker got the fuck beaten out of him, face all fucked up, almost got knocked out. He was getting tuned to the body, man. They would not shut the fuck up about Whitaker's leg kicks. But then again, it's like Costa's like kicking the fuck out of him in the third round. Costa was leg kicking him extremely hard. And they would, they'd really only talk about Whitaker's. Because everyone loves Robert Whitaker. They had his dick in their mouth and they continue to on Monday. But whatever, dude. I lost my bet. I'm super salty about it. I'm pissed. I thought Costa won. Thought he got robbed. I thought Yoel got robbed too, but everyone and their Robert Whitaker love affair can suck my fucking taint. That's what I have to say. But yeah, I lost. Tell me that wasn't like Yoel Whitaker too. Well, Whitaker had more strikes. Yeah, he almost died. Face and that like his face getting fucked up. That was not like just that head kick. It wasn't like head kicking and all of a sudden all of his face is fucked up. No, Costa fucked him up with his jab. He landed some right hands. He landed some left hooks. He kicked him to the body. He head kicked him he landed like at least 5 partially blocked head kicks. And obviously this wheel kick that nearly fucking ended the fight. Costa got robbed, man. Everyone just loves fucking fawning over Robert Whitaker. Makes me sick. Fucking disgusting behavior. Anyways, man. So yeah, main event. This was crazy. It really was, man. I guess I knew that this was a possibility, but I just didn't see it going down like that. Volkanovski will go down as one of my worst fighters to predict. When I back him, he loses. When I fade him, he wins. But honestly, dude, this kind of feels like karma. It does. And talk about being salty, dude. Talk about learning nothing. And I mean, he tricked me, but you can't like. I'm sorry. This is just this one to me was just Volk's ego, and I don't. I know I'm just talking about Volkanovski, but man, let me just stop that. Ilya Topuria is the new champion. Ilya Topuria fucking slumped Volkanovski. He knocked him fucking unconscious. That's the moment right there. That moment of impact right there is what won Ilya the belt. That right hand, the left hook was just ancillary. Like he was done. The guy's fighting too often. This is it's kind of is it poetic? It's definitely poetic because he is like pretty much almost every great conqueror in history. At some point, you don't know when it's going to be. At some point, they end up spreading themselves too thin. They end up overreaching. It's what got him to the dance. It's what made him one of the probably the greatest featherweight, but it's also kind of what's ended up being his undoing. Gunning for Islam. What you should have been doing is training and getting ready for Topuria. I know he had a full, but he didn't learn. He lost the first Islam fight. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, but he listened to all his kind of like, similar to the Whitaker thing, where it's just like just this Aussie shit. It's just like whatever, man. Like I get it, they rally behind their dude, but it turns into a love affair. And fuck, man, like yeah, Volk is definitely a charismatic dude, and I ended up buying into it myself. So like I got to eat crow, man. Topuria is the new champion, and he got it in blood. He got it he got it the real way. He didn't win a dodgy split. He didn't fucking. There's no. What's the controversy, man? Fucking starched him. So I'm not gonna like. I'm not gonna take anything away from Topuria, but for Volkanovski, dude, it's just his ego, man. Just like a Napoleon thing. You got to kill it. You got a 26-year-old, 27-year-old killer right in front of you, and you're worried about the dude above you. It's like not tending to his own yard. Cost him, man. So congrats to everyone that was on Topuria. I know Jack was. I know the Magic Honeybee fucking cleaned up. Sorry, I'm going to get back to the comments here. My computer's a slow piece of shit. Fuck. Okay, here we go. He's a bullshitter too, man. He's like, I'm gonna knock him out, man. I'm gonna knock him out. Bullshit. You're gonna fight like you always do. You're gonna jump in with 1-2, spam 1-2s, and then get on your fucking bike. That's exactly what it is. Then he circles back around, makes it look like he's gonna take the center of the octagon. As soon as his opponent presses forward, he backs up. It's God, he's an annoying fighter. Glad I stayed away. The 35-year-old curse kept me away. Yeah. Might be something to that. Should have taken Topuria inside. I should have done a lot of things. Nice. Oh, yeah. Everyone loves Oceania. It's everyone's favorite. Hard to beat guys that have trained their whole careers to be. That's a good point. Yeah, and he just keeps doing it, man. He did it with Islam. He came back too soon. He should not have taken the second Islam fight. I think everyone knows that. Taking that Islam fight on short notice was really fucking stupid and egotistical. And his coaches told him not to, and he did it anyway. And then I think they told him not to do this one either. Like to wait and do this one, I believe. But dude, that is the young eat the old, man. It's like the law of the jungle. Is one of the most consistent things definitely in sports. It's a young man's game. Even the greatest. There's always a couple exceptions, and people will point to the exceptions, but those are not the rule. The rule is, and this is the rule, because this is a prime fucking example. What you see right there, young eating the fucking old. Volk's 35. Ilia Topuria is 27. Volk 1-3 in the last 4 fights. Can't name a great rematch. Yep. So yeah, that was crazy, man. That was it was a gnarly finish to a fight card that had a bunch of crazy finishes, honestly. I had a losing night. I didn't lose a lot, but I did have a slight losing night. Not my best showing. I did cash the Pub Podcast parlay, the Locker Room Talk Podcast parlay, went through and got me a little more than half my money back. Somehow, some fucking way, I am still just like the littlest, like there's a straw and the straw is above the surface of the water, and that's what I'm breathing through. That's how little above water I am. Like, I'm not really, but I can still breathe. That's about it. That is literally represents $1 fucking dollar. I am up by $1. $1 in the green, boys. Somehow squeaked out a positive prediction ratio. Not acceptable though. But I'll tell you someone that did have a fucking crazy week of predictions. This dude Bakersfield 6969. Congrats, man. He wins his first pub contest. The Pub Sports Radio UFC Weekly Pick'em contest. Motherfuckers scored 860. So shout out to him. Congrats, champ. That's a big score, baby. It's going on every week, man. Sign up at pubsportsradio.com. It's free. It's very easy to sign up for. Best score gets you $100. Trust me, dude. I know from firsthand experience. So that does it for UFC 298. That's my recap. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm going to take a brief bathroom break, and then I'm going to come back and preview UFC Mexico / UFC Fight Night 237 / Moreno versus Royval 2. That's coming up next. Now you get the song. Now you get the loot. All right, boys, I'm back. Thank you for your patience. Shout out to everyone in the building. Smash the like button. Subscribe, of course, if you haven't. But I know you all have. What the fuck? Where's it? Oh, there it is. All right. UFC 298's over. It was whatever. Spun my wheels a little bit. Still barely above water. Going to look to change that this week. UFC Mexico is on the horizon, gentlemen. Let's get this avatar up there properly. Shout out to the Dome. Shout out to Aaron the Dog. Shout out to the boys at Pub. Shout out to weed, dude. I'm in love with Mary Jane. She's my main whore. Now, UFC Fight Night 237 / UFC Mexico / Moreno versus Royval 2. The rematch that we all fucking wanted, that we all need. This needed to happen. This rematch absolutely needs. So we're getting it. It's the main event for UFC Mexico, going down in Mexico City, Ciudad de Mexico. I think that's probably not how it's pronounced, but yes, Mexico City is where this fight card is taking place, headlined by Brandon Moreno and Brandon Royval, the rematch that we all needed. Co-main event is really good. Feel like the co-main should be the main event? Am I crazy for thinking that? Moreno Royval should be the co-main, and then Yair Ortega main event. That feels like the better main event. Am I crazy for that? Anyways, that's what we got though. The co-main event is pretty fucking sweet. Yair Rodriguez and Brian Ortega. This is the rematch, of course. Another rematch that I know I just said, oh, we didn't need it. I still like this fight better than the main event. It's a rematch. Ortega hurt his shoulder in the first one. So here we go. Now, there is a ton of Mexican fighters on this card. A lot of Brazilian and some Argentinian fighters. So this is a very Latino-heavy card. Even got some Latinas as well. Yasmin Hargui, is fighting. And yeah, it's a fight card. It's kind of not good, but it's a fight card. We got what? 10, 12 fights, something. So I'm going to talk about it. I made a couple bets already. Not feeling great about them, if I'm honest. Nice. Yep. I was hoping, yeah, you just missed it. Yeah, am I crazy for thinking that it should be the Rodriguez Ortega rematch? That's like the real main event. I guess it has to be because Moreno was the champion. I know that Mexico loves Brandon Moreno. So everyone loves Robert Whitaker and Mexico loves Brandon Moreno. So that's got to be what it is. But Rodriguez Ortega feels like the people's main event. And other than that, the card is not good whatsoever. I'm not going to be a fucking hipster and be like, no, it was actually a lot of talent, up and coming talent. No. This is a filler card. We're going to get as many Mexican fighters on the card as possible. Not saying that none of them are prospects, up and coming prospects. Not saying that there's no talent on this card. I'm just saying for a whole fucking fight card, like, it's not good. It's no better than the last couple fight nights we've had. So, and they're going to make it into a big deal. Like, yeah, it's in Mexico City. That's cool. There's a lot of Mexican fighters on the card. That's part's fine, but it still doesn't make it a great card. That's like the only thing that makes it not just like every other shitty fucking fight night card. It's like, oh, it's in Mexico City. There's like, a couple names on it. A lot of Mexican fighters. Like the locale is the only thing keeping this from being a fucking dime a dozen fight night stinker, honestly. Indeed, Jackie boy. So yeah, you're right. You actually did come at the right time. You're right again, Jack. Is that what you want to hear? You're fucking right again. You were right. I was wrong. Topuria season. Let's fucking go. Magic Honeybee cleans up again. The only man who's bet MMA.tips I will ever endorse. Jackie boy, clean the fuck up. Just fucking splashing in Magic Honey. Just Winnie the Pooh Bear and Magic Honey. Nah, man. You are in time. You are just in time. UFC Mako. I'm going to pull up this card. I think it is every other fight night card, except for the fact that it's in Mexico and there's a lot of Mexican fighters on it. That's just how I feel. That fight is ridiculous, and I want nothing to fucking do with it. I hate this card for betting. Hate it. Nice, dude. I'm super confident on nothing. Nothing, Nathan, nada. In this one here. I made a couple bets. Do not feel good about them. But I will tell you what they are. Here we go, boys. UFC Mexico time. Previewing this weekend's fight card for UFC. Shout out to the 6 people in the building. This has been a nice Monday stream. We almost had 10 people. Definitely better live viewer numbers the last couple streams. So I appreciate everyone that has shown up. Had an Addicted to Combat sighting on Saturday, dude. That was fucking awesome. Shout out to Patrick. But here we go, dude. Had a Lou Betcha sighting today. They let Lou out. I guess it was work release or something, but yeah. Nah, man, Lou Betcha finishing up his Twitter jail bid, and yeah, rocking and rolling on YouTube. Good to see him. UFC Mexico, Fight Night 237. The rematch that we all fucking needed. Let me pull up this fight card. All right, here we go. I'm just going to kind of skim over it. I'm not going to go in depth. But I will I'll tell you kind of what I feel about everyone briefly. What I did with this one is what I've done in a few cards past, where like I kind of just lined it myself, like how I would line it. My original just like gut instincts on who I think's the better fighter and who should be favored. So I did it like that, and then I looked at the bookie lines, and that's kind of how I made my bets on this. There were 3 fights that I just nailed exactly the same as like without looking, it was like the exact same line that the bookies had. A few where it was close. Several were just like, nah, this is wide. It's like I had the right favorite, but it's like, this is way too wide. I'm just passing. And then a couple where I actually ended up making bets. Not feeling very confident about this card. Not just, I just don't like it. I just don't like it. But it's a card. Let's talk about it. Shout out to the 6 people in the building. Okay, Muhammad Naimov and Eric Silva. I like Naimov here. Because there's so few fighters that I like that are favorites, he may be a dude that I end up parlaying. I just think Silva is 36. Like Naimov's a better grappler. Like he's the better wrestler. It just seems like a Naimov spot. Dos Santos Altamirano is off. That line is fucking off. I want nothing to do with that. Rodriguez Bondar. That is about what the line is about what it should be. That's one of the fights where I was just like, yeah, this is exactly how I had it. or maybe this was just like one where it was close. So yeah, I think there is a little value on Rodriguez. I don't know whether I'm going to end up picking him or not, but I could see that potentially being maybe a late bet. I don't want anything to do with Poirier as Ziam. I'm thinking Ziam as the side. I just think he's a better MMA fighter. Poyes has got that one trick though, and it wouldn't stun me to see Ziam get caught in like a fucking heel hook or one of those leg lock scenarios. So I just kind of want to stay away. But Ziam is another guy where maybe I end up fucking parlaying him. I don't know. Chairez de Silva, kind of like Chairez there. Aguilar Mendonce. This was the first fight where I made a bet. I feel like the underdog is incredibly live, and it's a Mexican underdog. Not a huge underdog. Not, the most confident bet ever, but one of my more confident bets of this card, which is not saying much at all. But this is the first bet I made. I did bet Jesus Aguilar. I do think he has finishing upside. He's a dude that pulls Gilly, and I really don't like that, but he'll pull it and get it too. And against a dude like Mendonce, he just looks like he's a guy with kind of a long jaw, and I could see him having a guillotinable neck. And they're both kind of ratty. Mendonce gets ratty when he gets tired. I could see Aguilar out-ratting him and getting a submission. He's also the Mexican fighter. If he goes to decision, maybe even Mendonce gets the better of him a little bit, and Aguilar gets a dodgy split. As the dog, I like my chances with that. Mendonce is a ratty rat, but he puts himself in some bad spots too. And against Basharat, he was on the ground for large portions of that fight. Aguilar is very aggressive on the ground. It could end up costing him. But again, I'm not laying the chalk on Aguilar. I'm not parlaying Aguilar and hoping that he does that. He's the dog. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be like, oh, dude, he knocked out Shannon Ross, so he's going to starch Mendonce. No. I think he's going to out-rat him. And actually, I think he's going to choke him. Going to pull that fucking, and dude, Mendonce will pull shit too. He'll go for heel hooks, and I think that could end up Aguilar in front of his peeps. I think he's going to look to be aggressive, and I think he's going to out-rat Mendonce. So I bet Jesus Aguilar half unit plus 120. To get just over a unit back. Yeah, give me a Mexican underdog. Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love it. Come on, Jackie boy. Let's go. I mean, the guy, it's not like he has a super dodgy chin. I mean, Maynes cracks, man. People be hating on Nate Maynes, but he got out grappled by both of those dudes. And he just he puts himself in bad spots going for the subs. Aguilar, I could see him go. I could see that motherfucker pulling a Gilly and Aguilar like Von Flue choking him. Aguilar is a little ball of muscle. Ain't no USADA. Get some of that good old Mexican horse meat. Get on that Canelo shit. Put on a show. He's a fucking ball of energy, dude. Give me that Gilly. Give me that fucking compact, sinew, muscly fucking just pop his fucking head off his neck guillotine. Give me that shit. I know. I think it's going to make him. I think it's going to make it easier for him to duck under and grab legs and rat his way to the fucking top position. And when Mendonce gets tired, he likes to shoot takedowns. Oh yeah, I see plenty of opportunities for Aguilar to snatch the neck because he's gonna be trying to do it. Mendonce is gonna be fucking spamming shit, and I think Aguilar is gonna spam Gilly and get it. Oh, here it goes. I think that one's tight. Oh, that one looks tight. Oh, he's out. Mendonce, come on, let's fucking go. Oh yeah, the Ross is definitely not why I'm picking him. Definitely not. Please don't get caught by a knee, for the love of fucking Christ. So yeah, that is the first bet I've made, but I have made another bet. I have made another bet, gentlemen. Shout out to the 8 people in the building. I'm telling you to do this. Just saying that I'm doing this. This is my next bet. It is risky. It's a little risky, but the upside on this underdog is, I think, is big. Is bigly. Upside, underdog, bigly. You ready, Jack?
Are you ready to hear what you came for to hear, for to say? Chris Duncan is going to finish Manuel Torres. Torres is going to almost knock him out. Torres will adrenaline dump. Duncan will finish him with grappling. Submission or ground and pound. I'm probably going to try and bet the inside the distance once that line drops on DraftKings.
I've spoken. Not as confident. Could definitely get started. Just Manuel Torres, he could die. He could die in like a minute and a half. So it's just a quarter unit. But I think he's live. I can scrote my goats, see Duncan just Matt returning this motherfucker in the second or third round with Torres looking over at his corner, all fucking worried. Duncan reaching around behind the back, pulling his support arm out, just breaking him. Just Chris Duncan breaking him. So that's what I got a wee little stab on Chris Duncan. Just a right sexy with stab on Chris Duncan. What's up, Ozma? Good call, dude. Well played. You sure did. Good stuff, man. I like it. You like that? That's what I got. Great. Honey Barcello grabbed. I am not. That is all you, player. I am not fucking touching that fight. Oh, Jackie boy, I think he's got I think he's very much got better cardio, bro. I think he's very much got better cardio, bro. The chin will be a concern. He could die. He could die in like a minute. I'll be so nervous, but if he doesn't die, you know what's gonna happen. Body lock, dropping down to doubles and singles. Matt returns against the fence, punches, and it's just gonna be fucking rinse and repeat. Wear him down. Chris Duncan ain't pillow fisted either, dude. If he starts getting that GMP off, oh, that's gonna open up a submission. When they drop that ITD, I'm gonna pull poke on that, I reckon. But yeah, I like Chris Duncan. Give me the Scotsman. Plus 114. I'm working on it. Scottish is a hard accent, man. Dude, Jack, I was looking at the lines earlier, and it went from like Chris Duncan plus 105 to Chris Duncan 114. I was like, all right, that's it. That's enough. That is quite enough. So yeah, I was tempted at plus 105 anyway. I was like, okay, I doubt it. It's a little something, a little bitty something. Not much. You know, I'm not much of a whale anyway. But yeah, I like it. That's what I got so far. I doubt that I will add dogs, but there are a few favorites that I'm sort of kind of liking. But I will say this. I hope Big Show is here to hear this. I like Brandon Moreno. I think he wins this fight. I don't like the line. I'm not touching it. Yair Rodriguez Ortega. Something is really scaring me off that too. Yair seems like a real nice, juicy, sexy parlay piece, but man, something, some kind of spidey senses tingle and tell me Ortega is live, and I don't want to count the dude out. I think Yair wins. Like I'm taking Moreno and Rodriguez, but fuck the thought of this. I mean, if you force my hand and like twist my arm, like, and it's like Rodriguez or nothing, like, yeah, I'll probably pick Rodriguez. But that has got to be the sweatiest fucking anchor. I do. Is it 3 rounds? Is that co-main 3 rounds? Because if that's the case, then I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought about betting Prado. It's a wide line, but I feel like with Zellhuber being the Mexican, it'll just, if it's close at all, it is going to be a Daniel Zellhuber decision. So I want nothing to do with Rosas and Tercios. Yasmin Hughes, no way. That line's wide. And yeah, I'm on Duncan. So I'm betting a Mexican underdog and I'm fading a Mexican favorite. What could go wrong, boys? What could fucking go wrong? Appreciate you. Water wet, fire burn. I will not be denied of the Chirez sub free money. I'm thinking Aguilar sub. I'm kind of thinking Aguilar sub too. Aguilar Gilly. You know they'll give you those. They'll give you those on BetMGM. They'll give you the exact like submission method. You can bet it all the way down to like a Ezekiel like Brabau choke, north south, Americana, fucking Kimura. is the one there. I don't know. But that's kind of my general thoughts on the card. Like for my whole shits, to see if I bet any more underdogs or anything like that. Tune in Wednesday night to Aaron the Dog MMA and movie trivia. Subscribe to that channel if you haven't. I will give my full breakdown and picks and bets Wednesday night. Wednesday at 10. Be there, be not fucking cool. Shout out to my dude. He was in here earlier. Hard at work. I know a lot of y'all at work today, man. Hope Monday goes smooth. About to be that 2:30 time. Just trying to break up the mold a little bit. The mid doldrums. But yeah, dude, so far, and this will probably be it. It'll be Aguilar, Duncan. I'll tail the Zhongli, and then I will put a parlay together on the podcast with the boys at the pub. That is likely what it will be. Now, do I throw some darts? I don't know, man. I don't know. The ones I'm strongly considering are Duncan inside the distance and Aguilar by submission. The Chairez by sub, I like that too. We'll see. But yeah, that's kind of like all I got, honestly. It's early in the week. The props haven't dropped on the like the big square legal books or whatever. But when they do, I don't know, man. I've been trying to stay away from dart throwing like that, but this kind of seems like a card where it could be in play, you know? Let's see. Look at the lines right now. I'm on DraftKings. Yeah, Naimov. I think Naimov wins, but minus 310. Nah, dude. I mean, it's like if worse comes to worse, I do think he gets it done. That Altamirano line is live. Victor is another dude where I could see him being live, man. I can see him being live. I can see like him winning a close, dodgy split, or maybe even finishing those. There's kind of like some fraudulent Brazilians on this card. You know what I mean? Oh shit. And it's already oh shit. That's wild. So money came in on Jesus Aguilar. He's down to plus 110 now. Quinones does seem live against Barcelos. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Christian Quinones does seem live against Howney. Money came in on him too. He was like plus 165, I think. Ooh, that is a tempting. Howney getting up there, dude. It's a step down in competition for him, but yeah, Yeah, I like Duncan. I like Duncan to he is not going to win a decision, but I think he breaks Torres. Because I think Torres will come out and try and kill him early. He might get killed, but if he doesn't, I think Torres is going to gas. I think Duncan has better cardio, and at elevation, if Torres starts to gas, man, ooh, Bubba, oh, the baby, Duncan is going to be all over him like stink on shit, boys. And I'm going to be loving that Duncan bet. Money came in on Prado too. Prado was plus 230. No, he's plus 225. Interesting. That's fucking interesting, man. That's fucking interesting. Yeah, Ortega seems a little bit live, and Royval plus 215. That's starting to get a little. I still think Moreno wins though, but I don't like that minus 265. I just don't bet main events, brother. My general thoughts. Those are my general thoughts. Barcelona, am I right? Indeed. Indeed, Jackie boy. DBME. Don't bet main events, brother. Tell them. Tell them. I'm going to tell my own dumbass self. So, yeah, dude, it's kind of a thing. I mean, Tercios kind of seems live, too. I think he's probably a better striker than Rosas, maybe. I don't know, dude. I'm not touching that shit. Quinones seems a little live. To, like, starch County. I like Aguilar. I think he submits. I think he guillotines Mendonce. Mounted Gilly. Mounted Gilly against the fence. But yeah, I like that. I like that line on ZM's not too bad. Minus 205 on Farce ZM. I don't mind that. I might be looking at that on Thursday. That might blow up though. I don't know, man. But yeah, I like ZM probably up to minus 250, probably the cutoff for me there. Naimov is just a little too steep. I wish he was like under 300. If he was like minus 275, I'd still probably do it. And if worse comes to worse, then I think he wins. Zellhuber probably wins a decision, but I think Prado is live. Prado's young too. And I don't know. Something's telling me not to count him out. But Zellhuber has the reach. He has a good jab, and he is the Mexican fighter. So if it goes to the cards, it's probably going to be a Zellhuber decision. But yeah, that's kind of what I got, man. It's a tricky card. I don't like it, dude. I like it. Anyways, those are my thoughts, my 2 cents, if you will. Pretty good little stream, though, boys. I appreciate everyone that joined me. It's been a good time. All right, we'll just call it there. Call that a stream. So yeah, risky. But that will do it, man. I think I'm going to call it a stream. Get this ready. All right, boys. Not too shabby. Had almost 10 people in here once again. If you're new, not the worst predictor in the world. You can follow me on Twitter or X if you want to. I'll mostly just be talking shit and trying to get you back over here. But if you like movies, you can find me on. Also, if you like movies, myself and one Aaron the dog are going to be continuing the Cosmic Countdown this week. I've set it for Thursday. I need to talk to Aaron. If we end up doing Friday or whatever, that's fine too. But yeah, schedule for Thursday, 4:30. Subscribe to my dude's channel, Aaron the Dog MMA and Movie Trivia. Check out his UFC breakdown show every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. I will be there this Wednesday. There's a rotating cast of characters, so you never know who else you will see on panel. But check that out. You will get my full thoughts and picks on UFC Mexico then. On Thursday, as I mentioned before, there will be a new episode of Locker Room Talk. That's Pub Sports Radio's podcast that you can download anywhere. Spotify, Spreaker, iHeartRadio. Over 2,000 downloads. Let's fucking go. Shout out to everyone that's been downloading that. There'll be a new episode Thursday, and we will construct another parlay. Last week's parlay cashed. All the parlays cashed. All flavors, all versions of the parlay cleared and cashed. So shout out to the boys. Gonna be back on Thursday with that. And then Friday, I will be back for my weigh-in show that I do for every card. That will be Friday. And then Saturday, I might return for another pregame. Open up the panel to the Dome and the podcast. Anybody wants to come through, shoot the shit with your boy, get hyped for the fights. I'll have burning questions. If Moyes wants to come through, tell me who's going to be next on the carousel. We'll see. But man, shout out to the Dome out there in the community. Has a great week. Best of luck with all your bets and your picks and stuff like that. Tape study, all the like. Have a great week. Just my 2 cents. Catch you on the next one. Peace.